You came to the United Kingdom with a dream. You invested tens of thousands of pounds in the world-class education. You spent years studying, contributing to the local economy, and integrating into British life. The plan was always clear. Graduate, get a good job, and start your journey towards becoming a citizen of the country you have grown to call home. But that plan is about to be systematically dismantled. A de facto citizenship ban for students is being rolled out, and it's designed to slam the door shut right as you graduate. In this video, we are going to expose the reality of the UK's new war on student immigration for 2025. This isn't about one single rule chain. It is a coordinated, three-pronged attack designed to sever the student-to-citizen pipeline permanently. We will break down each of these devastating changes, showing you exactly how they work together to create an almost inescapable trap that forces graduates out of the country. What you are about to hear is the information that every single international student in the UK, and anyone planning to come, must know right now. Your future depends on it. Before we get into this critical intelligence, please hit that like button. It signals to the algorithm that this is an urgent message that needs to be seen by students and their families worldwide. Share this video with every student you know. You could be saving them from a future of profound disappointment and financial loss. And if you want to stay protected from these hostile policy shifts, make sure you are subscribed. Welcome back. Let's get straight to the facts. The first and most devastating part of this effective ban is the demolition of the graduate route visa. For years, the graduate route has been the essential bridge between education and employment. It provides a 2-year window after graduation for students to find skilled work and switch onto a long-term visa. It is the single most important mechanism that allows talented graduates to be absorbed into the UK workforce. In 2025, this bridge is set to be blown up. The proposal being pushed hard within the government is to either abolish the graduate route entirely or to render it completely useless. This could mean shortening it to just 6 months, or reintroducing a requirement that a student must have a sponsored job offer before they can even apply for it, which defeats the entire purpose of the visa. Imagine this scenario. You finish your final exam in May. Your student visa expires in September. Without the graduate route, you have just a few short months to navigate a complex job market and find a company willing to go through the expensive and bureaucratic process of sponsoring a fresh graduate, no professional experience. It is an impossible task for the vast majority. By destroying this bridge, the government knows it is forcing tens of thousands of graduates onto a plane home, regardless of their talent or potential. It is the first and most brutal step in the de facto ban. The second prong of the attack is the creation of an economic wall. For those few who might miraculously find a company willing to sponsor them straight out of university, the government is building a new barrier, an impossibly high salary threshold. The skilled worker visa already requires applicants to be paid a minimum salary. The proposed change for 2025 is to raise this threshold for new graduates to the same level as experienced workers, a figure currently standing at £38,700, or the high median salary for that specific job, whichever is higher. Let's be brutally honest. Almost no graduate job in the entire United Kingdom pays a starting salary of nearly £40,000. The national average for a fresh graduate is significantly lower than that. This policy is not designed to find the best and brightest. It is specifically engineered to price every single normal graduate out of the market. It creates a standard that only a tiny fraction of a percentage of graduates in niche fields like investment banking or specialized tech can meet. For the engineers, the scientists, the architects, the marketing professionals, the nurses, the very people the UK claims to need this salary requirement is a direct rejection. It is the government looking at your hard-earned degree and saying you are not worth enough to stay. It is an economic wall designed to be unscalable. The third and final piece of the trap is the most technical, but it is the one that seals the deal. It is the administrative guillotine that severs any remaining hope of settlement. This is the proposed change to the rules on continuous residence for indefinite leave to remain. For decades, the journey to settlement has been a cumulative one. The time you spend in the UK on various legitimate visas could, in many cases, be combined to count towards your qualifying period. The new proposal aims to erase your history. The change would mean that time spent in the UK on a student visa will no longer count towards your 5-year or 10-year ILR clock under any circumstances. It will be considered a temporary period with no bearing on your settlement journey. Think about what this means. You spend 3 or 4 years on a degree. You overcome the first 2 impossible hurdles and get a skilled worker visa. Your ILR clock does not start from when you arrived. It starts from day 1 of your work visa. Your 3 or 4 years of life, rent and integration in the UK are wiped from the record. Your journey to citizenship is not 5 years. It is now 8 or 9 years at a minimum. This makes the path so long, so expensive, and so precarious that for most, it becomes an unattainable fantasy. It is the final confirmation that the government views your time as a student not as an investment in a future citizen, but as a temporary transaction that is now complete. So why is this happening? The answer is a simple and ruthless political calculation. The government is obsessed with cutting the headline net migration figures, and international students represent the single largest and easiest group to target. They are politically convenient. The government can claim it is cracking down on immigration and stopping people from using the student route as a backdoor to settlement. They are playing to a domestic audience that doesn't understand the immense value that international graduates bring to the UK economy and society. It is a policy of profound hypocrisy. The UK's higher education sector is financially dependent on the high fees paid by international students. These universities are a major export for the UK. The government is happy for you to come here and pour your life savings into its universities. But the moment you graduate, you are no longer a valued customer. You are a migration statistic that needs to be removed. They want your money, but they do not want you. This de facto ban is the mechanism to enforce that cynical transaction. The dream that was sold to you of a British education being a gateway to a global career starting in the UK is being replaced with a harsh new reality. You are a temporary cash source and your time is up. The combination of demolishing the graduate route, erecting an economic wall with impossible salary demands, and resetting your ILR clock to 0 creates a system that is, for all intents and purposes, BAN. It is a deliberate, strategic and hostile act against a group of people who have done nothing but follow the rules. What you must do now is understand this new landscape. If you are a prospective student, you must question whether the UK is still a viable destination for your ambitions. If you are a current student, you must prepare for the fight of your life the moment you graduate. Share this video. Make sure this information gets out. The government is counting on you not understanding these changes until it is too late. Thank you for watching. This is not legal advice, but an urgent warning. Stay informed. Stay resilient.